Welcome back to my channel. I'm James, and as always, this channel is about all those great movies and great TV series that are released all over the world. And today we've got another of my very popular top new and upcoming releases video series. And I've done a lot of these over the years, and I do these every few months to kind of update you on some big releases coming out all around the world. So I do things from all different countries of big 4K releases and Blu-ray releases. So if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel yet, make sure to go down there and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of these top new and upcoming videos, as well as any of my big reviews of these releases. Now today I'm going to start off with basically an update. There have been a ton of basically delays and things that have been pushed back for releases. And I'll tell you, for review wise, I've had a real hard time lately. A lot of releases that have been coming out have either arrived damaged or extremely late and broken, and I've had to send them back for replacements. It's just kind of been a mess lately. I mean, to be honest with you, Postal Service has been horrible lately in the area. So I don't know if you're dealing with the same things, but I'll tell you this much. It has made it difficult doing a lot of these reviews lately. But we're going to start off with an update here on basically the A-Team, Rich Man, Poor Man, the complete series, MacGyver, and I Dream of Jeannie. I have been asked a lot about those the last several months, and I'll be honest with you, I've probably gotten easily 100 comments, messages, and emails, and it's been ridiculous. So starting off with all those big releases that were supposed to come out, basically a lot of them have been pushed back. My understanding is delays, they've had problems with basically manufacturing them, getting them in. So that's why you've seen at retailers, they've been pushing them back week after week, month after month. That has not changed. Basically, most of those releases that I was supposed to have some of those in for review a long time ago have not come in for review yet. Some of them did, and they were damaged. I had to send them back to hopefully get a replacement here soon, but because of the delays in the mail and the delays with shipping, I don't know how soon some of those will be in for me to get a review out early for all of you. I had expected some of them to be done already, and some of the series that did come in were completely crushed and broken. And so I went through to start doing my reviews, and some of the discs were broken and the cases were broken, so there wasn't any options on those. I had to send them back to get replacements. So to answer about all of those releases that are supposed to come out, all 4 of those big TV series releases have been pushed back, so basically you can't even order them to get them in early anymore either. They're not releasing until it looks like the end of November as it stands right now. Now, I do kind of see that maybe I Dream of Jeannie will be pushed back even farther, because that one's been pushed back, I don't even know at this point, 6, 7 times. Every time they've announced it, it's been pushed back a month every single time. So I don't know about that one, but the rest of those, I should hopefully have a new A-Team set and Rich Man, Poor Man. At least those 2 complete series sets should be here hopefully before the end of November, as long as there isn't any other shipment delays or things that are broken. Same thing with MacGyver and I Dream of Jeannie. I am hoping to get those replacements and those things in so I can finish up those reviews. It's just kind of all around been a hot mess, and it's been really hard to get reviews out because I've been excited about them. But as always, because I test everything, I don't want to do a partial testing and say, oh, something's good, and then I can't really show you because it's broken. So I'm waiting until I have them in good condition to be able to complete a lot of those reviews. So hopefully those 4 I will get before the end of November done. But be patient and understand, I do not set those release dates for you to get them in the first place. And when they're shipped to me, if they're broken or damaged and I can't complete reviews, there's not much I can do about them. I just have to wait for a replacement so that I can finish working on them. So be understanding, there's nothing I can do about that. I really can't change any of it. It is what it is. I'm doing the best I can to get every review I can out to all of you as fast as possible. And to be honest with you, I've been very exhausted lately. I've been getting out 3 huge reviews every few days, and it's really worn me down. It is taking its toll, but there has been so much exciting content coming out that I've been trying to get you out as much of these as fast as possible, but be understanding that this does take me a lot of time and a lot of work to do all of these exclusive reviews that I've been doing. So just be patient and understanding in that sense. Now, before we move on to the next date, all of these that I'm talking about will be listed in the description section right below this video. I will have the links for all of these listed down in the description section below, so you can go out and either buy these or pre-order these depending on when you're watching this video. This video will kind of go through the next month and a half. That way, any of these that are coming out, you can go down through the description section below. They'll all be linked out, so that way you can click on them. It'll take you straight out to Amazon. That way you can pre-order or buy any of these at that time. All right, on to November 9th here. Now, November 9th is coming up very soon here. We're gonna get The Outsiders, the complete novel, and that's gonna have 2 cuts of the movie in it. And that's gonna be on 4K Ultra HD with a brand new 4K Ultra HD restoration and remaster with the 2 cuts of the movie that's coming from Warner Brothers. And that'll be out on November 9th. We're also gonna get The Addams Family, and that's going to be on 4K. Again, that one will have 2 cuts of the movie with a brand new 4K remaster restoration. That'll be coming from Paramount Studios. Now, I've seen The Addams Family. I did always enjoy that, so I'm excited to add that one to the collection, and I am planning on doing a review on both The Outsiders and The Addams Family 4K Ultra HD. I'm hoping to do reviews on the channel of both of those as long as there is no delays. As long as nothing gets delayed or pushed back, I should be able to do both of those reviews hopefully before the release date and get those out to you on the channel, if not on the release date. That way you'll know the quality and if it's something you're gonna wanna pick up of those. Now, we're also getting on November 9th, Evolution. And that's the first time Evolution's ever been released on Blu-ray. That's coming from Paramount Studios. I love that film. It's like a comedy, sci-fi, action adventure, really underrated film, but it is a really fun comedy movie that I'm surprised was never released before this. So that one I'm excited to pick up and add to my collection. That will be on Blu-ray. We're also gonna get The Hills Have Eyes, which is the new Arrow limited edition set that's on 4K Ultra HD. Now, Arrow has previously released this on Blu-ray, but this is going to be the brand new 4K restoration and remaster of The Hills Have Eyes on 4K Ultra HD. And that one I might have in for review on the channel as well. There might be a slight delay on that. I'm not sure right now. Then we're also getting LA Story, which is a Steve Martin like comedy, drama, never been released before on Blu-ray. This will be the first time it's ever released on Blu-ray, completely remastered in 1080p. That's coming from Lionsgate Home Entertainment. And so that one I'm excited for. I'm a big like kind of Steve Martin fan. So that one's never been released, so I'll be excited to see how that looks as well. Moving ahead here. Now we're on November 16th. November 16th, we do have some delayed titles that have been pushed to that date. We're getting the Mad Max Anthology on 4K Ultra HD. Now, I do have the previous Kino Lorber first Mad Max movie on 4K. I already have that on 4K. This is going to be the anthology of all 4 films basically in one box set. They are going to sell separately though, like Beyond Thunderdome and Mad Max 2. Those will be sold separately, so I'm basically going to piecemeal mine together and buy the ones that I don't own, because I own the Mad Max Fury Road already, and I own the first Mad Max by Kino Lorber. So I'm basically going to get the 2 that are in the middle separately. And I plan on hoping to have those for review on the channel as well. That way I can tell you the quality of those. And I'm going to be trying to do a bunch of these with my 4K versus Blu-ray image comparisons. It kind of depends on time-wise how many of these come out. I know a lot of you don't know how much time and work those take, but it really does, because I have to go and get all the data off of each disc and go back and compare them side by side and go through and get all those screenshots to compare to then show and add those into my videos. And that takes a ton of extra time and work. So that's why those 4K versus Blu-ray image comparisons that I do exclusively here on my channel are very unique. I am hoping to do those on those, but we'll have to see time-wise because there's so many releases coming out. What of those I can do my 4K versus Blu-ray image comparisons of, but those are coming out on November 16th. Staying on November 16th, we're gonna get Mulholland Drive. That's a 4K release by Criterion Collection. That's a part of their new 4K Criterion Collection releases that are coming out. That will be November 16th as well. We're gonna get Vanilla Sky, which I do like Vanilla Sky. I love that movie. I think it's a great Tom Cruise movie. That's getting a brand new, basically Paramount Presents Blu-ray release. I really hoped it was going to be a 4K Ultra HD release. Kind of surprised they didn't do it as a 4K Ultra HD release because I think it needed one. But at least it is getting a brand new remaster and 4K restoration, but then it's gonna be on Blu-ray. So they're basically gonna do the 4K restoration and remaster, but then basically dumb it down a little bit and release it on Blu-ray. But the Paramount Presents releases that they've come out with have been very nice looking, and they've done a great job with them. So I'm still gonna pick that up and add it to my collection. I just wish it would have been a 4K Ultra HD release, but that comes out then as well. Sticking with November 16th because it's a huge day, that November 16th. We're getting Maniac Cop 2 with a brand new 4K Ultra HD and Maniac Cop 3. Those are coming from Blue Underground, and those are going to be brand new 4K restorations and remasters. We're also getting Jungle Cruise. That's coming from Disney, 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray. I'm a big Rock fan. I like him because he reminds me a lot of like Arnold Schwarzenegger did growing up and watching all Arnold Schwarzenegger's films. He reminds me a lot of that. So that one I haven't seen yet, but I'm curious how that's going to be. Some of Disney's latest movies I have not been as much a fan of, so we'll see if that kind of starts a better trend for them. We're getting a favorite Christmas movie of mine finally on Blu-ray, Christmas with the Cranks. Tim Allen is like one of my favorite actors for Christmas movies. All the Santa Claus movies, then Christmas with the Cranks was a really fun movie. I'm not going to say it's perfect, it's not, but whenever we get new Christmas movies remastered and released on Blu-ray, I'm always excited. Now, I always wish it would be 4Ks, and shout out to you, Disney. I'm very disappointed you have still not released Home Alone 2 on 4K Ultra HD. It exists, they've already done the work for it, they just aren't releasing it on 4K. Again, Disney has a thing against physical media because they can't charge you dozens of times for watching the same movie, which is why I think Disney hesitates before it releases a lot of their movies nowadays, especially their catalog titles, because they know they can't charge you 30, 40, 50 times to watch that same movie like a rental. They know that once you buy it and own it, you can watch it as much as you want, but hence why I love physical media, because once I own it, I can watch it as many times as I want and not have to pay for it. But Home Alone 2 is still not out on 4K Ultra HD, but I do love Home Alone. And I will be having, just to touch on Christmas movies here, I will be doing a big like top Christmas movies that are my favorite Christmas movies on Blu-ray and 4K Ultra HD. That's going to be coming out here in a couple of weeks before, hopefully, Thanksgiving. I'll get that out for all of you. That way you can see some of my favorite films. There's some surprises I'm sure you don't know about. So be looking out for that as well. So make sure, again, if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification. That way, every time I release one of these videos, you get notified right away. But that is Christmas with the Cranks. That one will be on that list because I do like Christmas with the Cranks. It's a fun, like, just kind of a fun out there movie. And a lot of people didn't know that Christmas of the Cranks is actually from a John Grisham novel. And so I really like that kind of like little bit of a hidden tidbit. I do enjoy the movie and it's a fun movie. As always, if you're going to pick up any of these or add these to your collections, make sure to let me know in the comments below what you're excited about. I know a lot of you look forward to these like top new upcoming releases videos I do. So make sure to comment in the comment section below so I know what of these you're excited to pick up and what of these you didn't know about. Staying with November 16th, we get another big 4K. This is going to be Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within, fully upgraded to 4K Ultra HD. I liked this. It's like a sci-fi computer animated movie. Their faces are kind of dead in it. I'm curious if they're going to change any of that or work on any of that with this release. But in the original release on Blu-ray and in theaters when I originally saw it, their eyes were very like kind of like creepy in it because they very had dead, like kind of dead features. And this was early on with computer animation in films. So I'm curious how this is going to be handled and how this is going to come out with this new 4K that they're releasing. But I'm going to pick that one up. Then we also get a favorite of mine, the Brady Bunch 2 movie collection, upgraded to full 1080p HD on Blu-ray by Paramount Studios. And I'm curious if this is going to be the beginning of Paramount Studios maybe going back and remastering and releasing in full 1080p the original Brady Bunch TV series. My wife and I are big fans of that. We grew up watching that series. I love that TV show, and it desperately needs to be on Blu-ray, at least full 1080p. Really hoping Paramount does that. That would be a great release, like they did with like Mission Impossible, and now they're doing with MacGyver. Even if it doesn't have a ton of special features, but they just remaster the basically visual quality, I'll be all in for that. And I'll definitely do a review of that on this YouTube channel if that comes out. But the Brady Bunch 2 movie collection is finally coming out on Blu-ray on November 16th. Alright, before we get to the next date here, I'm going to cover something real quick with all of you. So make sure you stay tuned and watch this, and then we'll get to the next titles coming up very soon. I get asked a lot how you can help to support this YouTube channel so that I can keep providing you all the special, early, and exclusive videos for you to watch here on my YouTube channel. So there are 2 ways you can help to support this YouTube channel. Right below each video, there's a super thanks button for you to click. It has a heart symbol on it and looks like this. When you click that super thanks button, all that goes right back into this YouTube channel. And that shows me and everyone how much you appreciate all the time and hard work that I put into all of these special, early, and exclusive videos for you to watch on my YouTube channel. The second way is if you're going to pick up any of these 4K or Blu-ray releases that I talk about, make sure to go down to the description section right below this video. I have made it nice and easy for you and done all the work for you. And I've included the links for each 4K and Blu-ray release, and click through the Amazon links in the description section right below. I appreciate all the love and support all of you have given to me over the years, and I just want to say thanks. Also, make sure to give this video a like, give this video a thumbs up, make sure to click the subscribe button and the bell notification. That way you're one of the first ones to get notified to watch any of these special, early, and exclusive videos that I release here on my YouTube channel. So make sure to subscribe. Alright, we've got a lot more to cover and a lot more to dive into, so let's dive right back into this. Alright, coming back into this here, we're on November 23rd now. November 23rd is another huge day for physical media, and if you haven't noticed, as I've been talking about over this last year, we've been absolutely spoiled with physical media releases this year, and it looks like it's only going to continue from a lot of these studios, especially Paramount Studios, Sony. They're doing amazing jobs with catalog releases, going back and remastering and releasing these. So continuing on November 23rd, we're getting Criterion Collection Citizen Kane on 4K Ultra HD. We're also going to get Invasion of the Body Snatchers from Kino Lorber. And I've done a bunch of reviews on Kino Lorber's recent 4K Ultra HD releases. I will be getting in Invasion of the Body Snatchers and be doing a full review on that. I'm hoping to do my exclusive 4K versus Blu-ray image comparison on that, so you can see how much of an upgrade that was. But man, Kino Lorber is doing an outstanding job with their recent 4K releases. Silence of the Lambs and Misery were huge upgrades. Stunning job they did with those, and I'm excited to see how Invasion of the Body Snatchers comes out from them. And that's on November 23rd, just like Citizen Kane is from Criterion Collection. Continuing with Criterion Collection, same date, we're going to get Uncut Gems. And that's going to be on 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray from Criterion Collection. That one I haven't seen yet, but I will be picking that one up, hopefully doing a review of that on the channel. Like I said, there's a massive list of things coming out, and I'm trying to get these out. So just bear with me, because a lot of those are going to come out around the same time. So I'm going to have a bunch of reviews to do for you there. Same date, we're going to get Menace to Society, Criterion Collection, 4K Ultra HD, and Blu-ray. I'm going to be getting that one in as well. Then we're going to get from Arrow Video a limited edition Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge. And this is another one of those Arrow Video limited edition box sets that I love. And I'm going to be doing a big unboxing review on that hopefully as well. And then wrapping up November 23rd, we're going to get Dracula Dead and Loving It. That's going to come from Scream and Shout Factory. That's going to be a Blu-ray release for the first time ever worldwide. And that one's kind of like a comedy, kind of like spoofing the Dracula movies. And that one I did enjoy. So that one I'm excited to see how that turns out from Shout Factory. And there's a lot coming out on November 23rd that I'm going to be doing reviews on. That is going to be a massive time period. So hopefully I don't get burnt out from all of those, because there are so many to do, and I'm trying to do as many as possible. Moving ahead to November 30th, we're going to get Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray from Disney. Haven't seen that. That's one of those Marvel movies that I have not seen yet. That one I'll be picking up, and hopefully if I get it early enough, I'll do a review on the channel as well. That's on November 30th. And there wasn't a whole ton on November 30th, to be honest with you. That date kind of had just a bunch of like random things that weren't huge releases other than Shang-Chi. Now, there is a tentative date for the I Dream of Jeannie that I talked to you about at the beginning of the video, but I didn't really want to bring it up in here again. I guess I did anyways, but anyhow, that's tentative. They have it for November 30th, but I don't know that it's really going to come out on November 30th and not be pushed out to maybe the next month. We'll have to see. If I get that in early for review, I'll start working on that as soon as I get it, but it's all dependent on when Mill Creek sends that out. All right, getting here to December 7th now. December 7th, we get a big title, Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy. Really great mystery, spy, action adventure. Just what a great spy thriller. That's getting the full 4K Ultra HD restoration and remaster from Studio Canal, and that comes out on 4K Ultra HD in a limited edition box set. I'm excited to get that one in because I did really enjoy that movie, and I'm curious how much this 4K Ultra HD will make it look better. If I do get that in earlier around the release date, I'm hoping to do a 4K versus Blu-ray image comparison that I do exclusively here. I'm hoping to do that as well on that title. Continuing on December 7th here, we're going to get Hard Target. This is another big Kino Lorber 4K Ultra HD restoration, remaster, and release of the uncut version of this film that's being worked on with John Woo for the first time ever worldwide. So my international audience, this is the only release of this that's going to have that on it that's being worked on with John Woo. Excited to pick that up. I love John Woo's films. I think this is going to be a great release by Kino Lorber, and I should have that hopefully here a little bit early for review as well. Continuing on this date, we're going to get Street Fighter, and this is a brand new remaster is my understanding that's coming from Mill Creek. It's going to be in a very nice steelbook, and I should have that early for review as well, and that's going to be a Mill Creek steelbook on Blu-ray. So it's going to be a new remaster in 1080p Blu-ray. I'll be curious to see how much of an upgrade that one is as well. We get Cry Macho on 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray. Haven't seen that one yet, but it's going to be good because anything done by Clint Eastwood is usually always really good. And this is kind of a throwback to a Western, and I kind of am curious how good it is, but I'll be picking that one up on 4K, and I've heard it's a really good movie. Staying on December 7th, a huge day. We're going to get Who Framed Roger Rabbit in 4K Ultra HD, a catalog release from Disney. Again, very rare they're doing these as often. I'm excited to pick that one up, and hopefully I'll be able to do the 4K versus Blu-ray image comparison on that one. I am planning on doing that because I own the original copy as well of that. So that one's one I want to do a 4K versus Blu-ray image comparison as well, and that one's a huge release. I'm excited to see how that turns out. We are also getting Krampus, the Naughty Cut, which is uncut and unrated, in 4K Ultra HD from Shout and Scream Factory. That one I do have on pre-order, and I'm planning on doing a big 4K Ultra HD review on that one. That one I'm excited for because it's kind of a PG-13, kind of a comedy with some like a little bit of horror, action, adventure, kind of a mismatch of a lot of things. I don't really call it a Christmas movie. I mean, yeah, it's based around that time, but it's more or less a like comedy, like making spoofs on other like Christmas and horror movies, kind of all mashed together without being too extreme. It's kind of like a light PG-13, and I'm excited to see how they do this with this new 4K. I was excited when they originally announced it, but it got pushed back basically a month and then a month and a half. So now we're looking at about December 7th, and I'm interested to see how that turns out and how that's going to look. And look for that review on the YouTube channel here. That is one I'm excited to do as well. We're going to get the Karate Kid 4K Ultra HD Restoration Remaster Collection, which is coming from Sony Studio Classics, which is just like what they've released recently when they've done these basically Columbia Classics collections that I've done reviews on the channel for. I just recently did the Guns of Navarone. That's an amazing restoration they did. They're doing the Karate Kid collection, which is going to be a 3-movie collection of all the first 3 Karate Kid movies. They're going to be doing a brand new 4K scans and restorations of each of them. And I'm curious if with that new 4K scan and restoration, if they're going to be doing a new one for the first Karate Kid that was already previously released before this, or if that's going to be that original release with the other 2 being new added to it. And I already own the original Karate Kid release on 4K. So I'm curious how the comparison between those is going to be and if there's going to be any difference between that. That's one I'm going to be picking up, hopefully doing a review on the channel here as well at that time. But again, you got to remember each day that I listed off, there was like 7 titles coming out each week. And so there's a lot in those, so I'm going to do as much of those as I possibly can. So make sure if you enjoy all this content on my YouTube channel, make sure to keep supporting my YouTube channel. Give these videos a like and a thumbs up for me. Make sure to give these videos a like and a thumbs up. Make sure to go down and hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. We want to hit that 4,000 subscribers by January 1st, and we're on track, but we need to keep the rate going. So make sure if you're not subscribed, share these videos, let others know, share these in any groups you're a part of. So that way we keep growing this great community of collectors and movie and TV series lovers. And as always, if you enjoy my content and videos, please consider giving a super thanks. It's right below this video, and there's a heart symbol. When you click on that, that does go back into the channel, because as you probably noticed, there's a massive amount of titles coming out each and every day over the next several months. Keep that in mind. If you do want to help support this channel, make sure to share these videos, give this a like, subscribe, and then don't forget, if you're going to pick up any of these releases, go down to the description section right below this video, click through those Amazon links below, and that does give a little bit of support back to this YouTube channel at no cost to you. just by clicking those links. That does help out. Those are always the same prices. You always get them everywhere. It just gives a little bit of support to this YouTube channel, and I really do appreciate it. I had fun today with this one. This was one I always enjoy doing. I know a lot of you look forward to these top new and upcoming releases videos that I do. And so I try to keep this series going for all of you. Every few weeks I update this and release a new one. So if you want to check out some of the previous ones with a bunch of announcements of hidden titles from around the world, you can go back and watch these. There's tons of these. I actually have a playlist called Top New and Upcoming Releases that I put all these videos in as well. So you can go back and watch through all of these. There's tons of releases from around the world that I talk about that I don't always get to do reviews of all of them. So if you want to check some of those out, you can go check those out on the YouTube channel. I'm going to continue doing these every few months so you always know about all these exciting titles from around the world. I appreciate all your love and support. I hope all of you have a blessed day, and I look forward to the time we get to do this again, as always, real soon.